Yo, what's up, DFS players? Last minute player props for Warriors Celtics. You know I got them. So we've given out a few today. We have Lance Lynn over in strikeouts, Taylor Hearn over in strikeouts, Stamkos, NHL, Stanley Cup. What's better than having an early pick? Under half of an assist. No assist for Stamkos, no sir. Clay over 3 rebounds. Same thing, Derek White over 2 rebounds, which I really like. And then some other picks for today. So hopefully we're able to make some good money, but I got a few more, so let's get into them. We'll go over to the OddsJam positive EV page. Again, for sports bettors, for DFS players, all this tool shows you is mathematically profitable picks, right? It shows you picks with actual value. So in sports betting, it's pretty easy, right? We can see here, Jose Miranda, over 1.5 total bases. It's plus 140 on FanDuel. If we go ahead and we click into this market, Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest sportsbook, they're only giving you plus 107. So we're getting a ton of improvement, 33 cents of improvement from the sharpest bookmaker in the world. So this lets us know that, hey, this seems like a pretty good bet, right? Plus 140, getting good value on this pick. But what we're going through in this video is a couple player props for the NBA Finals as well as the Stanley Cup. So I really do like this Stamkos pick if we go back to it. So again, the way that PrizePicks works is literally any 2 picks you select, it's wild. I mean, this is wild, right? For anyone who bets on sports, getting a player to go over 2.5 or under 2.5 made threes, maybe minus 190 versus plus 160 for the under, or vice versa. Sportsbooks heavily vary payouts depending on if you're selecting the over or the under for a player prop. But on PrizePicks, it doesn't matter. You pick the overs, your payout doesn't change, as you can see right here, 20 to win 60. You pick both unders, payout doesn't change. You switch picks even, payout doesn't change. It doesn't matter what you select on this platform. Any 2 picks you select is always going to be plus 200 odds, which means, honestly, it's super easy to make money. Super easy to make money on PrizePicks. All you have to do is find huge line discrepancies between PrizePicks and the sportsbooks, right? So for example, here, we've already gone through this pick, so I won't spend too much time on it, but every sportsbook has Stamkos under half of an assist. So to not have an assist in game 1 of the Stanley Cup, heavily juiced, right? Minus 160 to minus 174. Pinnacle Sportsbook, the sharpest sportsbook in the world, they're pricing the under at minus 174. And we can get this in our PrizePicks entry, which again, the payout doesn't change depending on if you pick the over or the under. So we definitely want to roll with his under, right? Under half of an assist. So that's what I'm going with for the Avalanche Lightning Game 1. So that's pretty cool. But then also, what do we got in the NBA? Let's talk about basketball, right? We got the NBA Finals starting in less than an hour. That's what we want to talk about. And you can see right here, Wiggins, right? We're going with Wiggins over 1.5 made threes. Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, is pricing this at minus 168 odds. And we can get it minus 137 implied odds on PrizePicks. So we'll go back here. We'll go to player threes. You got to move quickly. Sometimes these great PrizePicks entries don't last forever. And we'll go ahead and we'll lock it in for, let's say, $200. 200 to win 600. And then we'll go through the math very briefly. 200 to win 400 in profit, right? This $600, it includes your entry stake. So this is really 200 to win 400 in profit. And we'll go ahead, we'll lock it in. So Stamkos, we got a lot of action already on him not to have an assist in game 1 of the Stanley Cup. We have him in 1, 2, 3 picks so far. And we got a lot of Derek White action, over 2 rebounds. And then we just added, Wiggins over 1.5 made threes. So let's go through the math briefly, explaining the profit margin of this pick. So we can see in the Avs game, right, Stamkos under half of a total goal is priced at minus 174 on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook in the world. And the over is priced at plus 128. So the over is plus 128. The under is minus 174. So essentially, once you remove the juice from the market on Pinnacle, the sharpest sportsbook, using a no vig fair odds calculator, which is the most important calculator on OddsJam by far. This calculator will tell you the win probability for your bet, which is 59.15%. So 59.15% is the win probability for Stamkos to not have an assist. So again, what was I trying to say? As a sports bettor, right, when you are looking at these lines, you're always considering data. These sportsbooks are taking millions and millions and millions of dollars in bets, right? Pinnacle's the most efficient betting market with the highest betting limits out there. So you're not smarter than them, right? Their market is more indicative of the fair win probability for a pick or for a bet if you're placing, bets on sportsbooks than you are, right? Your brain may be very smart, but you are not smarter than millions of dollars being wagered in a fair market, right? As money comes in on Stamkos under half of an assist, this line, right, would move to maybe minus 184, right? The market is dynamic, it's constantly moving, and it is the best indicator. Pinnacle Sportsbook odds are the best indicator of fair win probability for a team. If you look at MLB, NFL, whatever, win probabilities from a no vig fair odds calculator using Pinnacle's market versus any sports bettor ever in his betting model, Pinnacle Sportsbook is going to be much more accurate. A fair win probability, and finding discrepancies to Pinnacle is really how you make money betting on sports. So we're going with Stamkos under half of an assist because the sharpest bookmaker in the world is pricing this at minus 174. Now for Wiggins, let's go back to Wiggins. Where's my boy? Minus 168 plus 126. So plus 126 minus 168. So this bet has slightly lower EV, right? 1.41% profit margin on this pick, but it's still above the 57.74% break-even win rate that you need on PrizePicks. So 58.62% is the win probability for this. Again, use OddsJam. It's pretty simple at the end of the day. You go to OddsJam and you look for picks that you want to wager on. So if we want a PrizePicks entry, life's not that complicated, right? Life is not that complicated. All you do is you go to the tools on OddsJam. You're like, wow, here's the first player prop on PrizePicks. Bottom row, 2.32% profit margin. Scroll along, player assist, Stamkos under half of an assist. It's minus 137 implied odds on PrizePicks, right? That's what their payouts imply. So essentially, we compare this to the sportsbooks and we're like, yeah, this is ridiculous value, being able to include this in my PrizePicks entry, considering every sportsbook has the under heavily juiced, which implies it has a much higher win probability than the over. So that's a pick we lock in, right? And then you can continue to scroll, go through, and look for another PrizePicks entry, and you'll see Wiggins. So anyways, 2 picks, $200 to win $400 in profit, $600 total. The EV is 4%. So $8 in edge on this PrizePicks entry, 4% edge. Let's make some freaking money.